Good evening, all. So we have come back with a very interesting topic, which is about training and internships, and sometimes why young people should be involved in doing internships, and why some people should always train their skills to become to become ready for the current working conditions and for the current business climate. So with this topic about training and placement, I shall start. So training and placement and internships is about preparing you for the real job. It's about trying to transfer you from the theoretical knowledge from a place that you have been thinking about education in terms of theory and serving exams to the real life, where you really solve real life problems, where you really produce not papers but actually produce that something that people value on a daily basis. So this training or internships is about bringing you from a place where you have not been where you have not knowledge have been associated with papers, with exams, to the real world, to where you are responsible for creating products or for creating services or for creating value to other people. So with this, we should start thinking about what does professional training and what are the challenges that facing people in terms of professional training. The first problem that we see across the globe, that a lot of young people graduate from the university and they don't end up getting training for the thing that they studied. So for example, if you or maybe they get training but they don't get a career-based training. So if you are a computer scientist or studying computer science, maybe you was not subjected to write a full program or to write a full code or participate in a group that is building code. Or if you are an engineer, maybe you have been you were sent to a company to do your practical training, and you went there, and maybe your responsibility was not about building the whole company, or it's about building the whole structure, or actually doing something of significance. And these are the challenges. The first challenge for people who would like to pursue a training and internship opportunity is to find a place who's committed to train the younger generations. So not all the places are committed to train younger people, and this is actually true across the globe. If you are a small business, if you think that the market is not strong enough, why I should train additional people? Already the people that I have, maybe I need to get rid of some of those. So why we are interested in training such young people, why we are interested in developing them. So the first thing that you should have a commitment to the younger generation, and in many cases this can contradict with your market interests. That's the first thing, because the thought that is being sold, that you train someone, if he's good you can hire him, if he's bad you can just fire him, so you did not lose anything, and you actually put some worker in practice. And some people, they say, the other argument say, we train these people, we prepare them, then they go and they work for someone else, and or even we hire them. And the third one is, actually I don't need to train them. I don't need to train them because if I train them, they might work against me. So we can find it with people with some kind of physical skills and physical abilities. So they will be getting work that I'm not getting. So there is a lot of arguments about why I should train someone. And I think the strongest argument that you should have commitment for the younger generation, so people also have commitment in you and in your business. Why people should buy something from you, why people should accept your services. And it's the same thing. Now, there is something related to the one who's being trained, and with this, I think there are something that is related with the person that's being trained. A lot of people take training as a time you spend in a company. You are not getting paid, you should not taking it seriously. But while it should be, actually it's a training for job, it's a way for training you to do your to enter the real life. So there should be some level of commitment, maybe not the 8 hours, but at least there should be at least 4 hours commitment, and so on. So you should take it seriously and should understand this is an opportunity where you have to develop yourself, and where you have to move from the studying environment to the working environment. And the third thing, the other problem that people face, sometimes there are not a lot of internships and they can't find internships. So as I said, the first challenge is to find internship. The second one is to be really committed to that internship. And the third one is to find people who are really committed on the younger, in the next generation. So if you find people who are willing to train you, but they are not committed to the younger generation, maybe they will just utilize you for a particular purpose and they did not provide you the proper training that you need. That is being said, I think that is my talk about training. So what I advise that a lot of people should be involved in any training opportunities. So especially university students who are working, who are maybe studying, maybe instead of taking a summer course and finishing your university quickly, maybe you can be involved in different training, in different companies. And I think there is a gap in the market. There is a gap in the market because not a lot of people are willing to work without money, and some university students will do it. So that's the first thing. So the second thing, not a lot of companies are willing to hire someone who would leave them within 6 months, or who are unsure about the future within 6 months. So I think there is a gap in terms of finding people who are willing to be committed for a particular period of time, as if they are workers, for the interest of a company, just for the sake of learning rather than for the sake of money. And I think this gap should be bridged, and we see some and if it happens, actually it can actually help some younger people to understand their interests. So while you are in the university, maybe you are in your first year, in your second year, you say maybe this major is not for me. So if you have been in the real life, and if you have been working in the real life, there are two things. The first thing, you learn more about the profession that you are getting into. The second thing is that you might change your mind. You might feel this is not the thing that I like. Maybe I like to study this thing, but I don't like to do it in reality. So it actually gives you broader understanding of the things that you will get yourself into. So that's about training and practical training. So the quick advice, if you ever can get a training while you are a young man, just do it. If it's not going to upgrade your skills, it will always enhance your thoughts. That's my thought on training. I'll talk about it in Arabic, and have a great evening.